The fluorescent lights overhead don't just illuminate the office, they hum. It's a low, persistent vibration that vibrates inside your skull, right behind your eyes. You've stopped noticing it, mostly, just like you've stopped noticing the way the air in the building tastes like recycled breath and ozone. You look at the clock on the bottom right of your monitor. 9:42 p.m. The cleaning crew has already been through your floor. They move like ghosts around your desk. Their vacuum cleaner's a distant roar that signals the end of the world for everyone else. But for you, it's just the halfway point of the crunch. You rub your eyes. They feel like they've been rolled in fine sand. You've been staring at this spreadsheet for 14 hours. The blue light from the screen has etched itself into your retinas. When you close your eyes, you still see the grid lines. You take a sip of coffee. It's cold. It's the third cup you've had since sunset, and it tastes like burnt beans and plastic. Your stomach churns, a sharp, acidic reminder that the only thing you've eaten today is a handful of almonds and a protein bar that expired in 2024. But it's worth it. It has to be, because Sarah told you so. Sarah, your manager, is the kind of person who uses phrases like, "We're a family," and "all hands on deck." Last month, when the Alpha project started cratering because the offshore team missed their deadlines, she pulled you into her glass-walled office. She looked at you with those wide, empathetic eyes, the ones that make you feel like you're the only person in the world who can save the company. "I know I'm asking a lot," she whispered, leaning in as if sharing a state secret. "But you're the most reliable person on this team. If we pull this off, Q4 is going to be very, very different for you. I'm going to make sure the board knows exactly who carried this weight." You felt a surge of pride. It was a warm, intoxicating feeling that masked the exhaustion. You weren't just a cog. You were the reliable one. You were the hero of the story. So, you leaned in. You stayed until midnight, then 1 a.m. You started skipping the gym. Then you started skipping dinner with your daughter Maya. At first, Maya would call, "Daddy, are you coming home for bedtime?" "Not tonight, Bug. I'm working on something big, something that's going to let us go to Disney World this summer, okay?" The silence on the other end of the line was heavy. "Okay, Daddy, love you." Now, the calls have stopped. She doesn't ask anymore. She knows the answer. You tell yourself it's a temporary sacrifice. You're building a future. You're trading the present for a better someday. But the body keeps the score. 2 weeks ago, your left eyelid started twitching. It's a rhythmic, maddening pulse that happens every time you feel your stress levels spike. You've tried to ignore the tightness in your chest, the sharp, sudden stabs of pain that make you catch your breath. It's just heartburn, you tell yourself. It's just the coffee. You reach for your phone. There's a photo of Maya on the lock screen. She's wearing her soccer jersey, smiling. You realize with a jolt that the photo is 2 years old. You haven't taken a new one because you haven't been there to see her play. You feel a wave of nausea, and for a second, the office feels like it's tilting. The walls are closing in. The cubicles look like rows of gray tombstones. You think about leaving. You think about just walking out, leaving your laptop open, and driving until the gas runs out. But then you remember Sarah's words. The board will know. Q4 will be different. You click Save. You send the final report. The Alpha project is done. It's perfect. It's a miracle of data and overtime. You've saved the company millions. You've saved Sarah's career. You drive home in a daze. the streetlights blurring into long yellow streaks. Your hands shake on the steering wheel. When you crawl into bed at 2 a.m., your heart is racing so fast you can hear it in your ears. Thump, thump, thump. You don't sleep. You just wait for the sun to come up so you can go back and claim your prize. The day of the Q4 review is bright and cold. You put on your best suit, though it hangs a little loose on you now. You've lost weight, not the good kind. Your skin has a gray, translucent quality, and there are dark hollows under your eyes that no amount of cold water can wash away. You walk past the break room. There's a pile of empty pizza boxes from the launch celebration yesterday. You weren't invited to the lunch. You were too copy-fixing the final bugs Leo left behind. Sarah's door's open. She's smiling, glowing with the success of the Alpha project. She looks rested. She looks like she's been on vacation. "Come in, sit down," she says, her voice bright and airy. You sit. You feel like a ghost inhabiting a suit. Your heart is doing that strange fluttering thing again. You keep your hands in your lap so she won't see them trembling. "First of all," Sarah says, folding her hands on her mahogany desk, "the board is thrilled with the Alpha results. We really turned a corner." You nod, a small smile breaking through your fatigue. Here it comes. The promotion, the bonus, the Disney World trip, the thank you that makes the chest pains and the missed bedtimes worth it. "And I want you to know," she continues, "that I personally advocated for you. I told them how much of a team player you've been, how you've really gone above and beyond the call of duty." She slides a white envelope across the desk. Your name is printed on the front in a clean, corporate font. "We value your dedication so much," she says. You open the envelope. Your eyes scramble to find the number. You see the percentage before you see the dollar sign. 3.0%. You blink. You look again. Maybe there's a typo. Maybe there's another zero missing. 3%? You whisper. Your voice sounds like it's coming from the bottom of a well. Sarah's smile doesn't flicker. It's a practiced professional mask. "It's a very competitive increase this year," she says smoothly. "Given the economic climate and the overhead costs of the Alpha project, the firm had to be very disciplined with the merit pool. Most people are getting 1%. Some are getting nothing. This is a real testament to your performance. 3%. You do the math in your head. It's about $80 a month after taxes. $80? That's the price of the soccer games you missed. That's the price of the gray hair and the twitching eyelid. That's the cost of your daughter's childhood. $20 a week. Sarah, I've been staying until midnight for 6 months, you say. Your voice is shaking now. I saved the project. You said Q4 would be different. Sarah sighs, a soft, maternal sound. She leans forward, her expression shifting to one of concerned pity. And it is different. You've solidified your place as a core pillar of this department, but we have to be realistic. We're all making sacrifices. I didn't get a bonus this year either. She's wearing a watch that costs more than your car. You look a little tired, she adds, her tone turning slightly sharper. I'm worried about your energy levels. We have the beta rollout starting on Monday, and I need you at 100%. Maybe take the weekend to rest? Disconnect? We really need that reliable one back in full force. She stands up. The meeting is over. Keep up the great energy, she says, already looking at her computer screen. You walk out of the office. The hum of the lights is louder now. It's deafening, you walk past your cubicle. You see the sticky notes you left yourself, reminders to check the API, to call the vendor, to be a hero. They look like trash. You stand in the elevator and look at your reflection in the polished metal door. You don't recognize the man looking back. He looks old. He looks defeated. He looks like someone who sold his soul for $80 a month and a thank you that felt like a slap in the face. You reach the parking garage. The air is cold, but you can't feel it. Your chest feels tight again, tighter than ever before. A sharp, searing pain radiates down your left arm. You lean against your car, fumbling for your keys. You think about Maya. You think about the Disney World trip that isn't happening. You realize that the company didn't just take your time, they took your life. And they did it because you let them. You believed the lie. You thought you were part of a family, but you were just a battery. And now, the battery is dead. The reliable one is broken. And as you slide to the cold concrete of the parking garage floor, your heart giving one final agonizing stutter, you realize the most terrifying thing of all. It's a documentary for millions of people who are currently sitting under those same flickering lights, feeling that same twitch in their eyelid. The corporate world doesn't reward loyalty. It consumes it. They call it grit until you break, and then they call it poor performance. If you are waiting for a logo to love you back, you're waiting for a ghost to come to life. The office lights are off for some of us, but we are still here. We are the ones who stopped believing the family lie. If this story hit a nerve, if you felt that 3% slap in the face, drop a comment below. Share your Alpha Project moment. Subscribe to join the few who have finally decided to stop trading their heartbeat for a cubicle. The shift is over. It's time to wake up.